Hello children, welcome to the unit of inquiry class. So today it's not only going to be an unit of inquiry class, it's going to be a reading session too. So it's integrated with your literacy. So as you can see on the screen, it's about ancient Egypt. So the reason behind choosing ancient Egypt is because we are researching about beliefs and values under the theme who we are, right? So since we are doing that, I thought why not we talk about the belief system of some country, right? Because already you have been doing the what you call the comparing and contrasting of two different belief systems. You are learning about different values. So this would be more interesting. And I know that already you are aware of the things about Egypt, the speciality of Egypt. But this book has lots and lots of other information too. And this book is taken from A to Z website, that is Reading A to Z, and it is level L. So it's matching for your level, that is it would be a great match for your age group, that is for grade 3. And it has got simple words described in it, and at the end it has got the glossary also where the meanings of certain tough words are described. So let us start reading. So today we are going to cover the introduction, beliefs, pyramids, conclusion, and as I said, glossary. So let us start. Introduction. Thousands of years ago, a group of people lived in the African country of Egypt. They lived on the banks of the river Nile. They were farmers and hunters. They used the river for boat travel. They were ruled by a king called a pharaoh. So this book is talking about the ancient Egypt. This is not the present Egypt, the ancient Egypt. In olden days, in Egypt, what used to happen is there were people who lived in the banks of the river. Okay, so you can see it in the picture. Okay, the river is there. That's a big river. Nile is a big river and it's a very famous river. And the people who used to live there, their occupation or their job was nothing but agriculture. That is, they were farmers and hunters, and they used to travel using the boats because they were living in the banks of the river. Okay, and they were ruled by a person, that is of course he is a king, and that king is called as a pharaoh. So all the kings were called as a pharaoh. Now talking about the beliefs of Egypt, the ancient Egyptians believed that after someone died, he or she went to live in another world. They believed that a person's next life would be like their present one. They thought that the dead person would need the same tools and objects in their next life. So people were buried with many of the things that they owned. So it's not like our beliefs, right? They believed that if someone died, they may return, okay, they may come back again, and they will do the same thing that they were doing before they died. That is, if that person was a king, he would be a king only when he comes again. That is, when he is taking birth again, that person is going to be the king, and he would need all the things that he used in his present life. But in our beliefs in the sense, not all the religions, but certain parts in India, we believe that if a person dies, that person comes back, right? That person takes birth again, which is called as reincarnation. Okay, or you can say that person takes another birth, okay, in different forms, but he won't be doing the same work. Even if he is taking birth as a human, if his next life is a human life, he is not going to live the same life even though he is a human. But ancient Egyptians believed that that person is going to be the same person only. So that is the reason why they used to bury the king with the things that he used in his present life. Ancient Egyptians believed in a sun god. They believed that the king was related to this god. When the king died, he was given a very fancy burial. Many riches were buried with him. Queens were also given fancy burials. So they believed in sun god. So they prayed to sun god. Okay, and they had a strong belief that their king was directly connected to the sun. They are directly related, and if he's if he is dying, if a king is dying, they were given a fancy burial. That is, fancy burial in the sense he was buried with all his belongings that he used in his present life, right? So that is called as a fancy burial. All the riches, in the sense all his wealth, was put with his that mummy coffin, and he was buried, right? So not only the kings in Egypt, but also the queens of the Egypt were buried in that same way. So they were also given the fancy burial. So this was their belief, and this was the god they used to pray to, right? After the king died, his body was preserved so that it would not rot. So preserving in the sense keeping it safe from rotting. Okay. So normally when you would have seen, normally when some living things dies, like for example plants, if you water it more, what happens? It just dies and it starts to decay, right? So the same thing happens to all the living things, right? It rots after some time. After dying, it happens because of the the bacterias and all those things. It gets rotten. It's a scientific process. So they didn't want their king's body to get decayed or to rot. So in order to prevent that, in order to preserve the body, what they used was, they used to treat the body of the king. That is, they used to apply many spices, many different oils, scented oils, okay, oils and other things to preserve the body. And people believed that this would keep his spirit alive, his soul would be alive. Even though he is dead, he has to come back. So his body should be there because he is going to take the same body, right? It's their belief. So they didn't want their king's body to get decayed or rotten. So this was done. So they used to apply all the scented oils, the spices, everything into the body, and they used to wrap the body with the cloth. Okay. So this preserved body was called as a mummy. So that is why this is called as a mummy. So you can see the picture of a king's body being wrapped in white cloth. Okay. Now next you can see is pyramids, right? So this is the thing that we all wonder about, right? So the king was buried inside a huge stone structure called a pyramid. So the definition of pyramid is nothing but it's a huge stone structure. Okay, the pyramid was shaped to look like the sun's rays shining on earth. So the shape of the pyramid is a triangular shape, right? So the other day we were discussing about it. So they wanted it to be in this shape because they used to believe in sun god. So their belief was that they just connected it in that way that the sun's rays falls to the earth. If you see in the evening or early morning time, you can see when the sun's rays falls to the earth, it would be forming a triangular shape. So their belief was that if the sun's rays falls directly into this pyramid, okay, they get connected to the god, the king's body, that is the mummy gets connected to the sun god. So that was their belief. So that is the main reason why this pyramid is in triangular shape. So that is also in triangular shape. The sun's rays is also in triangular shape. So when the sun's rays falls into this pyramid, the the god used to interact with the mummy. Okay, so that was their belief, and people believe that the king would go to heaven on the rays of the sun, right? He used to travel to heaven only using this rays. So this is how they were connected. Pyramids took many years to build. When a king was still alive, people began building his pyramid. So even though the king is alive, what they do is they start to build a pyramid for that king, because it's not possible to build the pyramid immediately. It's not a work that can be done in a fraction of a second, right? So to make it easier, what they used to do is they used to build a pyramid when the king was alive. Okay, so the stones used to make the pyramid were huge. Because it was huge, that's why it took long years to build it, because it was so huge, isn't it? So it took hard work to get the stones out of the ground. It took harder work to move the stones to where the pyramid would be built. So it was very hard, because it's not like as if we are looking into the picture. I don't know how many of you have visited. I have never visited Egypt, or I have never seen the pyramid, but I have heard that it's so huge, right? So think of carrying those huge stones and making into pyramids. So there are many controversies going on, like people say that a pyramid was built by aliens, all these things, because that was so heavier, right? So because nowadays there are lots and lots of technologies developed, but then also they are unable to find out who did this, right? But the people have done that, right? So that was very hard work to carry the stone and to make the carry the stone to the place where the pyramid has to be built. So it was a huge task to them. Some stones were moved on boats, other stones were moved over land using big sleds. So you can see how the stones were moved. In boat they were moving it, in big sleds they were moving it. So this is the answer for that controversy, right? So inside the pyramid was a tomb. This was a special room where the king's body was placed. Many objects were put in the tomb. There were statues, paintings, and many gold things. So this is how the inside part of the pyramid looks. So as you can see, there is a coffin, and inside that there is a mummy kept inside that, and with that they bury all the things. The king's body was placed first, and many objects was put inside that, right? Because it was their belief. So they had statues, paintings, and many golden things, many valuable things, you should say. That much valuable things were kept inside the tomb or the pyramid. That is because the only reason is that they believe that the king is going to come back, so he would want to use his things. He cannot be searching for the things. So that is the main reason they had this facility there, right? Now, many hidden tunnels and rooms were built inside a pyramid. So, outside it looks as a single structure, right? It's a triangle, that's it. But when you travel inside, it's a very risky job because you will get confused, because it had got many tunnels. As you can see in the image, there were lots of tunnels. A small passage would be there, many rooms would be there, just to confuse what? Let us see. So they were built to trick anyone who tried to steal things from the tomb. So they had used these kinds of different tunnels, different rooms, just because to save the properties, that is the wealth, the what you say, the riches of the king that was buried with him. Because the people used to steal, the thieves used to steal the things from the pyramid. But to make them confused, or to make it a tricky job, to make it a risky job, so that they don't steal, it was done. And giant stones were put in front of the doorway of the real tomb. So of the real tomb, there were big, what you call, big stones were put there, so it is not opened. They were used to keep out thieves. So it's used to keep out the thieves, because they didn't want the thieves to get steal the things of the king. Still, almost every king's tomb has been robbed over the years. But even though whatever work was done properly, there was some, there were some thieves who used to steal things from the tomb. Okay, but the pyramids still stand. Even though the wealth was stolen, not all, but few things were stolen. Whatever the thieves could steal, they stole it. But still, the pyramids stand till today, right? So the Great Pyramid at Giza is a famous pyramid. So the biggest pyramid and the famous one in the world is Giza. It was built for King Khufu. It has more than 2 million blocks of stone. Think, 2 million blocks of stone was used to build that huge pyramid. Other pyramids near it were built for the king's relatives. So as I said, if whoever dies in that family, the king's family, they were buried in the same procedure, but the king was given a special burial, a fancy burial. So a statue called the Sphinx guards all the pyramids. So you have read this already about the Sphinx, right? So this is the statue of Sphinx. And it guards all the pyramids. So this Sphinx statue takes care of all the pyramids. That is their belief. And the Sphinx has the face of a king. Its face looks like a king and the body looks like a lion. Look how beautiful is it, right? So as conclusion, they say that studying the ancient Egyptians teaches us a lot about life long ago. Yes, it really does. We can learn about the tools these people used and clothes they wore. We can learn about the food they ate and the gods they worshipped. By studying ancient Egyptians, we know that they had a great culture, excellent culture. They had a beautiful culture, and the pyramid, that is what admires everybody, the mummy and the pyramid, right? So this is the book about ancient Egypt. So I think you would have enjoyed knowing about some facts of Egypt, and already you would be knowing the facts about Egypt. So this is the glossary, children, where few words are described to give its meaning. So mummy, it's nothing but a dead body treated in special ways to that it would not rot. Pharaoh is what the ancient Egyptian calls their king. Preserved, treated in a special way to prevent spoiling or rotting. And tomb is a vault, a chamber, a room kind of thing, a grave for a dead person. So this is all about Egypt. Kindly read it on your own and try to understand it, okay? And for the reflection part, we will be using the detail chart. So till I see you for the next class, bye, take care, love you all.